This is L2C Media Network on YouTube, and this is Sports Final with Steve Baxman Baxley. And now with the latest headlines that are, one gotta get it scripted. Anyway, now with the latest sports headline details that make the world of sports go great, or words to that effect. Here's Steve. All right, how you doing, everybody? Good. It is good evening throughout the entire country. How y'all doing? And yes, friends, today I am Macho Man. Oh yeah, let's snap into it, and we will right now. I'm gonna see if I can't do this show as Macho Man Randy Savage. And if things go completely the way I hope they will, like last night, we did it. We went through the entire show in about 55 minutes. So, what do you think our chances are we go two in a row here? I thought so. We'll give it a try anyway. Okay? All right. Whoops, there you go. Have to get our board. And we are ready. All right, how you doing, everybody? I've already done that. Let's get you to the Major League Baseball scoreboard, and let you get all of it in. And right now, wow, we got some games that are still going on, and some games that have concluded. It's going to be a weird day here, and as soon as we can, thank you. All right. Let us first go to the games that are still in progress. San Francisco Giants lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-2 at the end of 4. 8-8-1 for the Giants, 2-3-0 for the Diamondbacks. Oh, I'm supposed to do this as Macho Man 97. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah! End of 4. The San Francisco Giants snapped in a little Slim Jim and lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-2, 8-8-1 for the Giants, and 2-3-0 for the Diamondbacks. It's incredible. Top of the 5th inning. Oh yeah, Twins lead the Mariners 3-0, 3-7-0 for the Minnesota Twins, 0-1-0 for the Seattle Mariners. What is a Mariner? Ooh, I don't know. And for the Philadelphia Phillies lead the world champion defenders, the Los Angeles Dodgers, 2-0, 2-5-0 for the Phils, 0-3-0 for, as they say, Los Dodgers. Now let's get you some final scores. Oh yeah. Red Sox over the Braves, 10-8, 10-14-2 for the Red Sox, 8-12-1 for the Atlanta Braves. Ooh. Winning pitcher for the Red Sox was Rios. He's 1-0. Losing pitcher for the Braves is Green. He's 0-1. And Ottavino got the save. He's 4th. Players of the game, Freeman for Atlanta, the first baseman, went 2 for 4. Had 2 hit runs, a homer, 2 ribs, and 2 walks. Oh yeah! Swanson, the shortstop for Atlanta, also the player of the game. He went 2 for 5, 2 runs, a homer, a triple, and 3 RBIs. Yeah, I think we did that. Yes, thank you. All right. Final score, St. Louis Cardinals over the Miami Marlins. 1-0. 1-6-0 for the Cardinals. 0-6-3 for the Marlins. Helsley got the win. He's 4-4. Alcantara got the loss. He's 4-6. Your players of the game: Alcantara for the Marlins, 8 1/3 games pitched, 6 hits, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 measly base on balls. And Olavido for St. Louis, their pitcher, 7 full, 6 hits, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. More final scores for you. Oh yeah, the Macho Madness runs wild. Cincinnati over Milwaukee 2-1, 2-6-0 for the Reds, 1-5-0 for the Brews. Your winning pitcher for Cincinnati was Maul. He's 7-2. Your losing pitcher was Milwaukee's Peralta. He's 6-2. And the save went to Sims, his 7th for the Reds. Maul was one of the players of the game. He went 6 full, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Peralta for Milwaukee. He may have been a loser, but he's a winner with the player of the game. Went 7 full, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and no walks. Now, how about Detroit? The Tigers beat the Kansas City Royals 6-5. Ooh, yeah, they snapped into a Slim Jim. 6-13-1 for the Tigers, 5-10-0 for the Royals. The winning pitcher for Los Tigres is, come on, give it up. Thank you. The winning pitcher for Los Tigres was Skubal. He's 4-7. The losing pitcher was Holland. He was 2-2, and the save went to Fulmer, his 5th. Players of this game were Castro, the second baseman for Detroit. 2-5, a run, a homer, and 2 RBI. Skubal for Detroit, the pitcher, also player of the game. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. In 10 innings, the Chicago White Sox beat up on the Tampa Bay Rays 8-7, 8-12-1 for the Sox, 7-9-1 for the Rays. Burr got the win for the White Sox. He's 1-0. Fairbanks got the loss for Tampa. He's 1-1. The players of the game were Giolita for the White Sox. The pitcher went 6 full, gave up only 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Burr, also the Chicago pitcher, 1 inning, no hit, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. My Macho Man voice is starting to fade, so I better just get back to my own. But there you go. I tried my best. Rockies over the Padres 8-7, 8-13-1 for the Colorado Rockies, 7-1-0 for the San Diego Padres. Estevez, your winning pitcher for Colorado. He's 2-0. Adams got the loss for the Pods. He's 2-1. Your players of the game: Story for Colorado, the shortstop. 2-3 or 2 for 3, 3 runs, 2 doubles, 2 ribs with special sauce, and 2 walks. Tatis For San Diego, the shortstop, 2 for 4, 2 runs, a homer, a double, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Oakland Athletics defeated the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim 8-4, 8-10-0 for the Oakland A's, 4-9-0 for the Los Angeles Angels. Smith, the winner for the A's, he's 1-0. Watson, the loser for the Angels, he's 2-3. Smith, the pitcher for Oakland, went 1 1/3 innings, didn't give up a hit or an earned run, got 2 strikeouts, no walks. Ohtani for the Angels, the designated hitter, went 2 for 4, a run, a homer, and RBI. Nationals over the Pirates, 3-1 for Washington. Nationals, 3-8-0 for Pittsburgh Pirates, 1-9-0. Espino got the win. For the Nats, he's 1-2. DeJong got the loss, he's 0-1. And Hand got the save. Hi, Hand. I hear you got saved. How was it? Okay, bye-bye. Your players of the game, by the way, his 13th save. Your players of the game, Bell, the Washington first baseman, went 2 for 3, got a run, a homer, 2 ribs, and a walk. Espino for Washington, the pitcher, 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. The Yankees over the Blue Jays 3-2, 3-4-1 for the Yanks, 2-6-2 for the Blue Jays. Cole with the win for the Yankees. He's 8-3. Stripling got stripped by the Blue Jays. He's 2-4. And Chapman with his 14th save of the season. Cole for the pitcher for the Yankees, 8 full, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk, while Stripling for Toronto, their pitcher, got 6 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Not bad. Indians overtook the Orioles 8-7, 8-9-1 for the Indians, 7-12-1 for the Orioles. Chival got the win for Cleveland. He's 10-2. Aiken got the loss, and he must be Aiken. He's 0-2. And Classy, got his 11th save. Ramirez for Cleveland, third baseman, 2 for 4, 2 runs, a homer, and 3 RBIs. Clase for Cleveland, the pitcher, 1 full inning, gave up no hits, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, and no walks. New York Mets beat the Chicago Cubs 6-3. 6-5-2 for the Mets, 3-3-0 for the Cubs. Reed Foley got the win for the Mets. He's 2-0. Stock for the Cubs got the loss. He's 0-1. Diaz, his 14th save for the Mets. DeGrom for the Mets, the pitcher, went 3 full, gave up no hits, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and no walks. While Pillar, the New York Mets left fielder, went 2 for 4, got 2 runs, a homer, double, and 2 ribs. And finally, the Houston Astros finally found a legal way to win. They beat the Texas Rangers 8-4, 8-12-0 for the Astros, 4-6-0 for the Rangers. Greinke 7-2 for the Astros, gets the win. Lyles at 2-5 gets the loss for the Rangers. Greinke for Houston, their pitcher, pitched 5 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, got 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. McCormick, the Houston right fielder, went 2 for 4, got 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 ribs. And that is, believe it or not, a look at your Major League Baseball scoreboard. By the way, our scoreboards are all presented to you by the folks at William Hill Sportsbook, who always tell you, let's make it interesting, but do it responsibly. All right, let's take you where the rubber meets the road. That's right, no, not auto racing, but the NBA playoffs. And we got some NBA news for you. We'll dabble in the old headlines. Right now, let's give you the final score of a double dip in the NBA playoffs. The Atlanta Hawks defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 109-108 to take a 3-2 lead in the playoffs, semifinals. There you go. 8:12 remaining in the third quarter. It's Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, who was injured. He may be out for the rest of the playoffs. With 8:12 left to play in the third, Clippers over the Jazz. The series is tied at 2-2. This could go could go 5 or full 7. I have a feeling this one's destined for a full 7. All right, let's get you over to the NHL. There's only one game to bring you, and it just went final. The Canadiens have tied the series up with the Vegas Golden Knights. They won 3-2 to tie the series at a game apiece. Fun, yes it is. All right, let's kick it into gear with some headlines before we get to more scores, etc. Before we do all that, we want to remind you that Lost Pointing the Interwebs coming up in about 10 minutes on the Ricada Law Network, right here on YouTube. And tonight it's going to be a potpourri of interesting and strange talk with the humble Minnesota attorney, Mr. Magnetism himself, Nick Ricada. So watch Ricada Law on the Ricada Law channel right here on YouTube at midnight Eastern, 11 Central. No, not 11. Midnight Eastern, 11 Central, 9 p.m. Mountain and Pacific. All right, let's give you some headlines here. Well, after meeting the Cubs, it looks like New York Mets ace right-hander Jacob deGrom was forced to leave his Wednesday night start against the Cubs because of what was later announced as right shoulder soreness. deGrom in the third inning began looking uncomfortable in his delivery, and during the time between pitches, after the final out of the frame, he exited the mound and went directly to the clubhouse tunnel with the team trainer close behind him. In the top of the fourth, deGrom was replaced by reliever Sean Reed-Foley. Before leaving the game, deGrom threw 3 perfect innings with 8 strikeouts against 0 walks, all while showing customarily elite velocity. Now, injury concerns continue to be a subplot. In May, he spent 2 weeks on the injured list with discomfort in his side and lower back, and last time out against the Pods, he was forced to leave after 80 pitches with flexor tendonitis. A subsequent MRI on his elbow showed no structural damage, and deGrom was able to make his next start against the Cubs. Then, however, yet another health concern cropped up. When not injured, deGrom has been utterly just a bear in this season. Counting his 3 Wednesday innings, deGrom has now pitched to a .54 ERA in 11 starts with 111 strikeouts and 8 walks in 67 innings. So we wish him the best. Well, as we told you, Los Angeles, the Clippers had a little problem. They're playing a little hurt, and they are. The LA Clippers faced an uphill battle in their Western Conference semifinal matchup against the Utah Jazz after dropping their first 2 games in Salt Lake City. Now, after battling back with 2 wins at the Staples Center to tie a series of 2-2, the Clips are dealing with even more adversity. Kawhi Leonard will not be in the lineup for the Clips tonight, or isn't in the lineup, should say. As the team announced, he suffered a right knee sprain that will keep him out indefinitely. That means, oh boy, the Clippers are going to have to try their hardest to stay in this playoff race for the final, one of the 2 finals spots. As let's see. The injury may be more severe than just a knee sprain, as the Athletics' Shams Shariana reports that Leonard is dealing with an ACL injury. That would be far more detrimental to the Clippers this season if that's the case. Leonard injured his knee after landing awkwardly on a drive to the basket during the fourth quarter of Los Angeles' Game 4 victory, which forced him to come out of the game early after trying to play on it. The injury occurred with 5:25 left to play. When Leonard was coming down in a fast break opportunity, Jazz guard Joe Ingles intentionally fouled Leonard to stop the play, but when he bumped into him, Leonard was thrown off balance and he was trying to plant his foot. After a foul was called, Leonard immediately began hopping up and down on his left leg and was bent over while standing and trying to stretch and massage out his right knee. Yep. Clippers weren't in the bonus yet, so after the foul on Ingles, they took the ball out, and Jazz guard Bojan Bogdanovic fouled Leonard as he was going up for a mid-range jumper before taking his free throws, both of which he missed. Leonard was still stretching out his right knee, and after a few more possessions, he came out of the game with 4:35 left. After the game, when asked about his knee, Leonard was very short in his response, saying, "It's good, next question." However, it's clear the injury is far more serious than we all thought. So losing Leonard for an extended period of time is a massive blow to the Clippers and their chances of advancing to the Western Conference Finals to face the Phoenix Suns, who are right here. So there you go. The face Phoenix Suns, who are dealing with their own issues after PAX. After Chris Paul reportedly entered the league's health and safety protocol, the All-Star forward has been spectacular in the playoffs. In this series, he's averaging 27.3 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 assists in 4 games against trash. All right. And there you go. I got a fan on here that's keeping us a little cool. Okay. Let's get back in. Oops, excuse me. All right. Let's get going here with more of our headlines. And Dolphins coach Brian Flores wants Tua Tagovailoa to remain aggressive after a 5-interception practice. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins practice amid a torrential downpour on Tuesday and affected play of second-year quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, number 5 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, threw 5 interceptions during the minicamp season. Number 5 overall pick in the 2020 Draft threw 5 interceptions during the minicamp session as head coach Brian Flores continually pushed Tagovailoa to get the ball downfield despite the harsh conditions, according to Adam Beasley of the Miami Herald. No one wants to see their quarterbacks throw multiple interceptions in one minicamp practice, but Flores told reporters he wants his signal caller to remain objective. Okay. And we'll read more about this in the day to come. Some people, oh boy. Okay, let's put a rightful spin on this little puppy. Oh. Man, we've still got more stories here, so. Okay, in the NFL. Oh, have we done that? Yes, we have. Okay, LeBron is finally eating some Hawks tonight. LeBron James knew just what was going to happen. The rash of injuries that let's get to the reading portion. And here we go. LeBron James is one of the most influential players in the history of basketball. I will agree with that. Yeah. When the NBA and its players were deciding whether or not to restart the 2019-2020 season during COVID-19. All right. Good. Okay. The NBA and its players were deciding whether or not to restart the 2019-2020 season during the COVID-19 pandemic. Patrick Beverley famously said, "If that's King-wise is the..." All right. Lost my train of thought. Okay. My friend's mom is going to try luck at dancing. Unfortunately, we can't air it because it's with YouTube, so we will. Okay, there we are. All right, let's. Okay, what do we do? We've done the headlines. Yes, we have. I better get another swag here. Okay, hang on, folks. All right. Okay, we're going to take you to the land of football. Get you ready, which is soccer, of course. So let's get ready for the full slate of Wednesday games in the European Championship. In Group A, Wales defeated Turkey 2-1. Italy defeated Switzerland 3-0. And in Group B, Russia over Finland 1-0. International friendly between Algeria and Burundi got canceled due to probably inclement weather. World Cup qualifying North and Central America edition. Canada 3, Haiti nothing. In aggregate, that's 4-0. It's called a World Cup qualifying North and Central America. Canada over Haiti 3-0. The aggregate went to Canada at 4-0. El Salvador and St. Kitts and Nevis. Canada beat Haiti 3-0 aggregate. Canada won that one 4-0. El Salvador. Anyway, there you go. El Salvador over St. Kitts and Nevis 2-0. And the Brazilian Series A was Atlético Mineiro over Internacional. By score 1-0. Sao Paulo and Chapecoense tied at 1. Brazilian Series A, Red Bull Bragantino defeated Corinthians 2-1. In Norwegian soccer action, it was Bodø and Glimt over Strømgodset. There you go. There's a good name, Strømgodset. Mold over Sarpsborg scored 4-1, and Vålerenga and Odd tied up. That's right, they got tied up. Yes, sir. Let's go now for some media bites. And let's give a little talkie about what's coming up tomorrow. It's the 2-hour season premiere of Holy Moly 3D and 2D. Now, as we talked about once before, Holy Moly is returning for a third season this week, making its debut with a big old 2-hour premiere tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. And as per a promo clip from the show's Instagram account, the new season comes with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 12 new holes, and one they just lit on fire. That's right. And it looks like there'll be a lot more Holy Moly fun ahead, and that's notable considering the heights this show has already reached. Season 2, they had kickboxer Mallory getting taken out by Polanco. Now, Holy Moly has been fantastic television so far, at least here in the States. And a big part of that is the announcing. As a play-by commentator, Joe Tessitore once told our good friends at Awful Announcing, quote, "We're two absolute jackasses who, for reasons unknown, have been given the green light to show up on network television and broadcast extreme mini golf. And he and primary analyst Rob Riggle have delivered remarkable commentary on these miniature golfers trying to win a big prize, especially around the wipeouts." Now, for those who love Holy Moly, it's great to hear it's back for another season. Let's see how this season goes. Rob Riggle, Joe Tessitore, and Jeannie Mai are all back. Now, I did tell you that here in the States it was successful. In Australia, well, they gave it a shot. Anyway, it's great to have Holy Moly back where it belongs on television. They should try to do a championship live. There's something new, isn't it? All right, some other big news, folks, and here it is. It looks like the Portland Trailblazers will have not just a new broadcast network, but also a new play-by-play announcer this fall. The team is moving to Root Sports ahead of the 2021-2022 season, and as John Canzano of the Oregonian reports, it's also going to lead to them bringing back former play-by-play announcer Kevin Calabro. That's right. The 64-year-old was once known as the voice of the Seattle Supersonics, calling games for that team from 87 to 2008 and stopping with their relocation to Oklahoma City ahead of the 2008-09 season. He then jumped to the new Seattle Sounders of Major League Soccer and also worked in college football, but went back to the NBA from 2016 to 2020 with the Blazers, opting to step down to focus on his family ahead of that season's restart in the bubble. Local broadcasters, by the way, when COVID hit, they were not allowed into the Orlando bubble and had to call games from their studios, which is what Kent, the former host of Blazers TV broadcast, did last season. On some levels, there is some logic to this change. Calabro's calls from 2016 to 2020 did receive a fair bit of praise, and he's certainly an established NBA broadcaster, even if relatively new to calling the Blazers. If he's decided that he wants to spend less time with his family and return to NBA broadcasting, there's some logic around the Blazers welcoming him back. And the Blazers broadcasting situation is certainly going to be better in 2021-22 than it was when he stepped down, both in terms of being able to call games on site, in terms of the amount of carriage those games will get. NBC Sports Northwest had major carriage struggles in its final years, and Root Sports is in around double the number of homes NBC Sports Northwest was in. Now, on another level, this is unfortunate for Kent. 36-year-old Kent got a prime broadcasting job last summer when he was tapped to replace Calabro, and it's definitely not great to see him have to work through 2 pandemic-altered seasons only for Calabro to suddenly change his mind and ride back in when NBA broadcasts are returning to something closer to normal. At the same time, though, Kent has plenty of years ahead if he decides to stay in sports broadcasting, and this setback isn't necessarily permanent. We'll just see where things go from there. All right. We got news about. Hey, this is very nice news about the Sinclair regional outlets or regional sports outlets. Would you pony up $23 a month to watch your local sports team? Would you? Well, that's about the latest price point reportedly being floated to potential investors by Sinclair Broadcasting for a standalone app that could be available to consumers before the start of next year's MLB season, looking to raise about $250 million to make a dream a reality. Now, it's been a long talked about fantasy for consumers, a true standalone app for streaming local games with no strings attached for a sports fan who wants nothing but. But what does that entail? What is the risk and reward? How does this affect sports teams overall? Now, streaming services at first launch were throwing money at the big networks, trying to get as much product as possible via a broadband platform, costing pennies, versus a traditional cable platform. Now, it was a no-brainer to explore this option for both network and providers. Networks stated their price, and streaming services obliged with delivery costs on broadband so low. But here's a reason why we can't have nice things. The streaming services started asking networks for increased fees for carriage with their evolving lineups and leagues wanting more money for their broadcast agreements. Not to mention other standalone streaming services were created and fighting for content. Over time, it's resulted in another cable bundle 2.0 with prices the same as, or if not more than, your traditional cable bill. Now, with the standalone app, this is different. It's important to remember live sports are subsidized in cable packaging, meaning the cost is being covered by the provider and the consumer, even though not everyone is watching it. It's the base of why bundling channels makes the most sense financially, and it's why less popular channels can still exist. Now, the price point to carry a regional sports network would have to be pretty high. Will $23 cut it? Couldn't survive on a small price point like what you pay for a service like Hulu, which is $6. Peacock, the standalone streaming service owned by NBC, floated this idea to put their own Philadelphia regional sports network on Peacock, only to realize the price hike the local Philly customers would see doesn't make any sense at all. So, Sinclair is awfully close to getting agreement with the leagues, and sports betting is going to be a major piece of that puzzle. As it becomes more legal in states, so there's the opportunity for major money to be made to support this standalone app to offset the cost. But the biggest downside is that this app will only be available in Sinclair's markets, but not for long. Depending on how they work the deals with the leagues, appeasing blackout rules and markets, it could eventually be an out-of-market ad to another streaming service, and Sinclair would be paving the way for other regional sports networks to take their talents to another standalone streaming service. So stay tuned. It's getting mighty interesting and or mighty deep. Okay, we're 13 minutes past the hour of the Midnight Power Hour, so let us commence the cool down a little bit, get you some brief media bites. And here we go. Stan Van Gundy only lasted one season. He got fired by the New Orleans Pelicans. Now he may be going back for a return to television. Wowza. And one of those places could be TNT. We'll just have to wait and see. We do note that there is a report out that Charles Barkley has made it somewhat official that he will reportedly be leaving in 2 years the highly popular late night NBA NBA recap show Inside the NBA on TNT. The reason? Cancel culture. Charles reportedly issuing a little edict that cancel culture is ruining the fun, has taken the fun out of doing Inside the NBA. In fact, it's taken the comedy out of most everything. Even the comedians are blasting the cancel culture. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But man, it would be a sad state of affairs to see Charles Barkley leave because a bunch of I don't know what to say, jerks don't like to have a little fun with sports or news or anything else. Me, I love Inside the NBA. I love the fun and unpredictability of it. There you go. That's my opinion. Okay, let's go. Oh, hello, come on. Okay, hang on. There we go. Oh. Let's get you some scores from the minor leagues, and then we'll wrap it up with our international fun fest. Let's don the Hubba Bubba and go AAA and give you some final scores. Hopefully everything's final. AAA, and wow, 24 runs, 24 hits. Toledo beats Columbus 14-10. Lehigh Valley over Worcester 8-2. Charlotte over Jacksonville 11-2. Final in 10 innings, Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Syracuse 10-7. Durham over Norfolk 7-5. Rochester over Buffalo 2-0. Indianapolis over Memphis 6-1. Gwinnett over Nashville 9-3. St. Paul over Iowa 2-0. Louisville over Omaha 8-5. And there you go, AAA. Let's go AA. Beep, beep. And once again, final scores abound. Harrisburg over Reading 7-2. Hartford over New Hampshire 6-4. In 9 innings in the first game of their doubleheader, 8-7, Hartford over New Hampshire. Bowie over Akron 1-0. Final in 10 innings, Portland over Binghamton 5-4. Chattanooga over Tennessee 3-0. Final in 11 innings, Somerset over Richmond 7-5. Altoona over Erie 4-2. Rocket City over Biloxi 3-0. The Biscuits rose in Montgomery. That's right, Montgomery beat Pensacola 7-3. Mississippi over Binghamton 2-1. Frisco over Corpus Christi 8-4. Wichita over Springfield 8-2. Northwest Arkansas a 3-2 winner over San Antonio. Midland over Amarillo 9-6. Arkansas over Tulsa 8-5, and that's AA. Now let's go to the High A league and waft in with some scores for you. Right now we got some games still in progress. Top of the 8th inning, Vancouver leads Everett 4-2. Bottom of the 7th, Tri-City over Spokane 2-1. Top of the 7th, Hillsboro over Eugene 4-3. Rome over Bowling Green 5-0. That's a final. Asheville over Aberdeen 7-5. Winston-Salem over Greensboro 3-2. Lake County over West Michigan 4-2. Wilmington over Brooklyn 5-2. Jersey Shore over Hudson Valley 6-4. Greenville over Hickory 6-5. Great Lakes Loons over Lansing 6-4. Dayton over Fort Wayne 3-2. Quad Cities over Wisconsin 5-3. Beloit over Peoria 9-5. What a way to make a living. And Cedar Rapids over South Bend 4-3. All right, we got one more, and then we go to our international desk. In low A baseball minor league action, top of the ninth inning, we're going to call this one. Stockton over Fresno 11-5. Bottom of the eighth inning, it's San Jose Modesto at a 5-5 tie. Bottom of the eighth, Lake Elsinore and the leads the Inland Empire 4-2. A final in 9 innings, Jupiter over St. Lucie by a score of 8-4. Final in 10 innings, Daytona over Palm Beach 10-9. In 6 innings, it was Bradenton over Tampa 3-2. Dunedin beat Clearwater by a score of 6-3. Kannapolis over Down East 6-2. Fayetteville over Carolina 14-6. In the first game between Daytona and Palm Beach, Daytona beat Palm Beach 4-3. In the 11th, in 11 innings, Charleston beat Myrtle Beach 10-6. Lynchburg over Fredericksburg 8-3. Excuse me. Salem over Delmarva 8-5. Augusta over Columbia 7-5. Visalia over Rancho Cucamonga 10-2. Lakeland and Fort Myers postponed due to the rain. All right, we got. Oops. All right, let's do this. Let's go now to our international sports, and we have about 6 minutes left of the program. By the way, we're going to make the announcement Friday night that we're going to tweak this format of ours, and we're going to make it sports and entertainment. We're going to have some. We're going to make this funny, hilarious, and wild. And the chat room is open for anyone that wants to chat with us. We're going to have a way. And by the way, can we do this without anything falling? Once again, please note if you want to get some little plugs to know that we're streaming. Follow me on Twitter at Lugnuts, Lugnuts, the number 6. That's Lugnuts6. Follow me on Twitter, and we'll get you all the information on our showgram here. Okay, are we? Yeah, we're good. All right. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, in Suker, in the Euro Championship, Russia over Finland 1-0, Wales over Turkey 2-0, Italy over Switzerland 3-0. And we have an update with 4 minutes remaining on the NBA. The Los Angeles Clippers are leading the Utah Jazz 92-87. In Japanese baseball action, it was the Nippon Ham Fighters over the Hiroshima Carp by a score of 8-1. Ito for Nippon Ham Fighters gets the win. He's 4-4. Curry gets the loss. He's 5-4. Now let's get to the Korean baseball organization. Hanwha Eagles over the Lotte Giants 9-4. Yoon Dae-kun for Hanwha gets the win. He's 1-1. Park Se-woon gets the loss. He's 4-5. SSG Landers over the Kia Tigers 10-1. Lee Tae-yang gets the win for the SSG Landers. He's 4-0. Troy gets the loss. He's 0-1. Samsung Lions over the Doosan Bears, 5-3. Buchanan for Samsung gets the win. He's 8-3. Lee Young Ha for the Bears gets the loss. He's 1-4. Hanwha Eagles over the Lottie Giants, 4-3. Jung In Wook for Hanwha Eagles gets the win. He's 1-0. Kim Jin Wook for Lottie Giants gets the loss. He is winless at 4 tries. Kia Tigers over the SSG Landers, 2-0. Lee Yu Lee for the Tigres gets the win. He's 4-2. Young Soo Min for Landers goes 2-3 with the loss. Kowloon Heroes over the LG Twins, 6-3. Han Young Hee for the Heroes, 5-1. Got with the win. Lee Sang Young with the loss. He's 4-2. And finally, the KT Wiz Swung over the NC Dinos, 7-3. Ko Young Po gets the win for the Wiz. He's 6-3. Lee Jae Hawk gets the loss for the Dinos. He's 0-2. And that, my friends, is going to wrap it up for us for a fun-filled fiesta. Our chat room is open, so are we. So hopefully you'll join us tomorrow night for some fun, some thrills, some chills, and some good times. Sports and more right here on the Sports Final. That is going to wrap things up for us in a perfect bow. We have done the impossible. We have made it yet again through another crazy Sports Final. We'll talk to you all tomorrow at 11:35. Until then, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. For all of us here at Sports Final, make it a great morning here on the East Coast, evening on the West Coast. Talk to you tomorrow. This has been a presentation of the L2C Media Network in association with L2C Sports and Mystifying Creativity Productions, as well as YouTube. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Steve the Baxman Baxley saying for Harry von Stuttgart, not crew, adios, good night, God bless.